Hello everyone and welcome to the Grid Ranking Week 1 Reveal. My name is Joe Samniego. Today is April 5th, 2020, the first Sunday of April. It's a little bit different this year with the current situation affecting people globally and the motorsports community. Out of the 7 series that are in the Grid Ranking, only 4 of them have completed 2 races or more. This means only 20 drivers are ranked on the Grid Ranking currently. 5 from each of the following series: Formula E, NASCAR, Australian Supercars, and World Rally Championship. Once Formula 1, IndyCar, and MotoGP complete 2 events, these drivers will be included in the grid ranking, and will have all the series scored as usual. The grid ranking works in 2 parts. The first part is each series is scored individually. Drivers are rated by their performance in each race, and the top 5 scoring drivers from each series are included in the grid ranking. The grid ranking takes all the drivers and evaluates their performances, competition, and various factors to equalize all the series. The grid ranking is released every Sunday until the final race of the last series running is complete, and a grid ranking world champion is then crowned. This is the 4th season of the grid ranking. The 2017 season started with Sebastian Bourdais leading the grid ranking. Sebastian led the grid ranking for about a month, and then it was Kevin Harvick and Martin Truex Jr. exchanging the lead. Towards the end of the season, Harvick fell down the standings and Marc Marquez started gaining on Truex. However, with 8 wins, Martin Truex was too hard to beat. Martin Truex earned 3 poles, 8 wins, 19 top 5s, and 26 top 10s. Martin Truex Jr. was crowned the first grid ranking world champion. Now here's a look at the top 10 from 2017 grid ranking, with Martin Truex Jr. leading, followed by Marc Marquez, Lewis Hamilton, and Jamie Whincup, Scott McLaughlin from the Supercars running off the top 5. Lucas deGrassi is the highest scored Formula E racer, and Kyle Larson from NASCAR makes it in the top 8, followed by Valtteri Bottas and Joseph Newgarden, the highest IndyCar racer that year. The second season of the grid ranking again saw IndyCar racer Sebastian Bourdais lead the first weekend of the grid ranking, but it didn't last long as NASCAR saw 3 drivers dominate most of the season. Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, and the 2017 champion Martin Truex Jr. all exchanged the lead. However, Marc Marquez and MotoGP had several dominating races, earning the lead with a few weeks left. Kyle Busch failed to finish 3rd or better at the NASCAR season-ending race in Homestead, Miami, coming up short of Marc Marquez by .01 points. This is the closest finish in the grid ranking history. Looking at the top 10, you can see the difference of the .01 between Marc Marquez and Kyle Busch. Kevin Harvick, Scott McLaughlin, and Shane Van Gisbergen rounds out the top 5. Lewis Hamilton is the highest Formula 1 driver, John Eric Verne the highest Formula E driver, 2017 champion Martin Truex Jr. is 9th, and Scott Dixon from IndyCar rounds out the top 10 for 2018. The 3rd season was historic as the World Rally Championship was added to the grid, and only 1 lead change occurred during the grid ranking. Scott McLaughlin led the grid ranking for a record 32 straight weeks, but a couple do-not starts brought down Scott's points total, allowing Marc Marquez to overtake Scott with a dominant season and becoming the first 2-time and back-to-back grid ranking world champion. Looking at the top 10, you can see Marc Marquez, Scott McLaughlin, and Lewis Hamilton rounded the top 3. Joseph Newgarden had a really strong season in the IndyCar series, finishing 4th. Odd Tonic in World Rally Championship scored 5th, rounding out the top 5. Then the 2017 champion Martin Truex Jr. along with Kyle Busch, Alexander Rossi, Simon Pagenaud, and Denny Hamlin from NASCAR all rounded out the top 10. Now it is time to release the name of the 20 drivers in the grid ranking. We will start with 20th place to 11th place. Stoffel van Dorn in Formula E finds himself in 20th place. He is in his first season with Mercedes Formula E team. Alex Bowman, he has 1 win at Auto Club Speedway driving NASCAR. He is in 19th. Odd Tonic, the 2019 World Rally Champion, finds himself winless so far, but he's currently 18th. Alexander Sims, he won a Formula E race this year. He is driving for Andretti Autosports. Will Davison in Supercars makes it into 16th. Cali Rovanpera from World Rally Championships 15th. Lucas Degrassi, the former Formula E champion, is in 14th. Cameron Waters in Supercars finds himself 13th. Thierry Neuville from World Rally Championships is in 12th. And Chas Mostert from Supercars finds himself in 11th place. Now here is the top 10 of the grid ranking. Tied for 9th place we have Kyle Busch and Denny Hamlin. Currently Denny Hamlin has 1 win, but only 1 top 5, whereas Kyle Busch has 2 top 5 finishes and 2 top 10 finishes. In 8th place we have Kevin Harvick. He too has 2 top 5 finishes. He also has 4 top 10 finishes, putting him ahead of both NASCAR drivers. Mitch Evans from Formula E has a consistent run going. He has 1 win and 2 podiums so far out of the races run in Formula E. Elfyn Evans of World Rally Championship has 1 win currently. Antonio Felix da Costa in Formula E has 1 win as well as 3 podiums currently. Sebastian Ogier from World Rally Championship has 1 win. Joey Logano in NASCAR has 2 wins out of the 4 races ran currently by NASCAR. And then your top 2 both are from Supercars. The Supercar Series has only run 2 races. Jamie Whincup, he has a 1st and a 5th place finish. And leading the grid ranking for week 1, Scott McLaughlin in Supercars, he has a 2nd place and 1st place finish, putting him ahead of the grid ranking for 2020. The 2020 grid ranking will proceed as normal. While there will be no changes till racing resumes, please be sure to follow the grid for updates in the world of motorsports. You can do so by visiting gridranking.com. You will find a list of the next race for each of the 7 series and when it's updated. Also, I highly encourage you follow the Grid World Motorsports League on Twitter at grid_WML and our media partners Roll Racing Media at WR Media Group, which hosts Below the Yellow Line on Monday 7 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific, 4 Alaska time. Thank you again for joining us. Please follow us and visit our Patreon page to show your support. I'm Joe Samniego. Till we meet again.